The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
Oh, the pain. The return of Benigno. Joe B joins us, and we're talking all things Jets, Steelers, Rodgers, Glenn, all of it. It's the Jake Asman Show. Let's hit it and get it started.
I'm not into moral victories. You will not be on the field with this team if you're going to cause us to lose games.
The 2025 New York Jets season is officially here. Can Aaron Glenn lead the team back to the playoffs and finally deliver on the promise this roster has shown? Every step of the journey, the Jake Asman Show will have you covered, breaking down all the storylines, every game, and everything in between. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super chats, baby. Cut the line. The Jake Asman Show starts right now. Here we go, here on a Tuesday, and joining us right now for what will be the first of many weekly segments on the show, we say hello to the host of the Oh, the Pain podcast, the legendary sports talk show host, Joe B, Joe Benigno. Joe, we're back. Year two of you coming on every week, and another loss to be discussing to start things off. How we doing?
Yeah, well, look, right now, with the state of my sports teams, and we'll throw the baseball team in there too, and I got major aggravation with them, as you might understand. You do. Overall, I'm doing pretty good. I've had some physical issues, but it hasn't prevented me from playing golf, so thank God for that. But same old on. I hate to say it, but it really, how many times over the years, bro, have we seen the kind of loss that we had on Sunday? Now, there was a lot of positive things in this game, but the bottom line on this game was they lost the game. And at some point, we got to start winning football games, bro. That's it.
You look at this game, and it's just hard to believe they lost when you think back, because I feel like 90% of the team deserved the win. It was the fumble by Gibson. It was Brandon Stevens not knowing what he was doing in coverage, dropping a pick six with 6 minutes to go in this game that changes everything. It's so frustrating, Joe, because I didn't pick them to win, but it was because I didn't think they'd be able to score points. For them to score 32 points and lose, I can't believe it still.
Well, I think the positive, we'll start with that. Obviously, the quarterback looked terrific. What can you say? He threw the ball great. He ran the ball well. We'll start with him. He put some tight passes in tight windows, a couple, one to Rucker. I think the other one in a really tight window was to Reynolds. Obviously, Garrett Wilson had a big game. Brees had a big game. I thought the quarterback was terrific, and I thought the offensive line, bro, played a phenomenal game. Look, Veritucker's always hurt. He wins the Joel Embiid Award for always being injured. I give it to Veritucker. There's a few other guys that could qualify too. But, they ran the ball down the throat of a defense that's supposed to be able to stop the run. They ran for 182 yards. Hall was outstanding. Fields ran it well. Allen had that nice touchdown. I think that's what the positive. The offense played a great game. The offense had nothing to do with them losing this football game. I think the only knock I can say on the offense is when they had the lead late at 32-31, they went 3 and out. That's the only knock I have. They went 3 and out. Outside of that, the play calling I thought was good. The one play call I had a big problem with was the first drive of the game. They're driving right down the field. They got a 3rd and 11, I don't know, the 15-yard line, whatever it was. What are you doing running up the middle? What are you doing? You played for a field goal there. That really bothered me because clearly Glenn was playing for a field goal there, all right? He was like, well, we got to get points here one way or the other. That was a bad call. I thought the only other thing that bothered me about Glenn on Sunday was the fact that he called timeout before that second 2-point conversion and blew a timeout there. So when they had a chance with 1:05 left, they only had one timeout left. And they never even used that timeout, as it turned out. But, the offense played an outstanding game. And if this is going to be the way the offense is going to be this year, they're going to win football games. They're going to win some games. There's no doubt about it.
Now, in terms of the offensive coordinator, I was really impressed with Tanner Engstrand. It felt like they were scheming guys open. All we heard all summer was they're not going to have a passing game. They only have Garrett Wilson, no one else. Well, all the receivers who played, They caught everything that was thrown their way. We saw some usage from Ruckert. Mason Taylor had a nice catch. It just felt like they had a real plan for once. And even without AVT, the O-line was moving people. I was so encouraged by the play caller and then obviously the overall offensive performance. So if they really have something with quarterback and play caller, this team could definitely be a lot better, assuming the defense is not as bad as they were for a lot of this game on Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the offense was really good. The play calling outside of that 1 3rd and 11 on the first drive was outstanding. There's no doubt. He mixed it up really well. The pass, the run. Wilson had a big game, even though he dropped that pass at the end when Jalen Ramsey blasted him. I thought Fields could have ran for the first down there. I thought he was going to do that. But look, the offense was a tremendous positive. Now, on the other side of the ball, I thought the defensive line really played well. I mean, they got after it after Rodgers. They sacked him 4 times. Will McDonald had a couple sacks, played well. Quinton Williams played well. Overall, the defensive line, I thought, was really good. The linebackers, Quincy Williams made a big mistake. You can't hit a guy 5 yards out of bounds. That was a big penalty in the game, really hurt him. They wound up scoring a touchdown off of that. And the secondary stunk. I mean, the secondary was terrible. Outside of Sauce Gardner, who I thought played a pretty decent game, everybody else stunk. Stevens was terrible. Michael Carter had a rough day. The safeties were brutal. When they weren't getting to Rodgers, he was hitting guys wide open all over the place. So, to me, the defensive line was solid. The secondary absolutely was terrible.
It was just so shocking to watch the secondary just not know where they were supposed to be. I mean, there were so many coverage breakdowns. Stevens was horrendous. I mean, he was a concern when they signed him, Joe. People thought that was a crazy contract at the time, but then he had this great training camp. I thought he looked pretty good in the limited preseason action we saw him in. He was it reminded me of like Kyle Wilson out there, D. Milner. Like that was brutal. He lost him the game with how poor he was, especially dropping an easy pick 6 that changes the entire narrative of what this game was.
Yeah, and look, when you start comparing guys to D. Milner and Kyle Wilson, you're
Jermaine Johnson, if you want a free agent signing.
Oh my God, how bad was that? Look, I think you got to play this kid Malachi Moore in the secondary, the kid from Alabama. I think you got to play the kid from Florida State, the corner. Let's see him. They got to, Glenn's got to look. Glenn was a defensive back. He knows it better than anybody. He's got to shore up that secondary because they're going to be, Josh Allen's going to eat them up. They're all going to eat them up if they don't get that secondary straightened out. That was the big problem. And look, the special teams. I mean, the biggest play of the game is the Gibson fumble. I mean, you can't have that happen. And Nick Folk missed an extra point, and that was a killer because that set in motion all the 2-point conversion stuff that they didn't get. And that was and that really, when you break it down, the mixed extra point really cost them the game at the end of the day, if you want to look at one specific point. So, you can't fumble. You can't miss extra points like Folk did. It always comes back to bite you, and to me, that really was the story of the game. Solid offense, terrific defensive line, terrible secondary, bad special teams, some dumb penalties that hurt them. That was the story of the game. But I will say this. I got the feeling that I was watching an NFL football team. I got the feeling, and it's only one game, and only going to get me crazy. I got the feeling that the coach actually knew what he was doing. And we haven't been able to say that for a while. So it's only one game. They didn't win the game. Let's see where we go from here. But I'm trying to take a positive look at it, bro. I for a change. Because I have no expectation level with this team. I was pleasantly surprised by how Fields played. I was pleasantly surprised by how the offense played. There's some good things to talk about in this game. Obviously, losing to Aaron Rodgers, everybody's going crazy. What did you Rodgers is it? Look, you are delirious, okay? If you think Aaron Rodgers isn't having a big year for the Pittsburgh Steelers, he's going to lead them to the playoffs. He's going to have a big-time year. There's no question, He took a lot of heat last year. That wasn't all his fault. The media loved him in the beginning and couldn't wait to get him out of town when all was said and done. I didn't think Glenn handled it well at the end with Rodgers. What did you think he was going to say? You think he was going to praise the Jet organization? He loved every second of it, but we're beyond that now. And if you think that Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers aren't going to be in the playoffs and have a big year, then you're nuts.
I'll tell you what, Joe.
You got to get over that.
I'm rooting for Rodgers. I wasn't rooting for him on Sunday. I wanted the Jets to kick his ass, but I have no ill will towards him. This guy wanted to come here. He took, at the time, the largest pay cut in pro sports history. Like, it didn't work out. He got hurt, but I mean, the idea that he was to blame for everything that went wrong the last 2 years, I thought was just asinine. So I'm not going to be surprised at all. No. What I hope happens, though, similar when Favre went to the Vikings and had that big year, I don't think we cared because the Jets were good. They made the playoffs, went on the run with Rex and Sanchez in the championship game. We can only hope that, this Jets team can actually give us that type of year, a fun season. Forget playoffs. Just how about, competitive games, a winning record, something, because it's been so damn bad these last 15 years.
Yeah, there's no question about it. Well, look, like I said, there was a lot of positives in this game. Let's hope, Glenn said that guys that make some mistakes are not going to be on the field. Well, look, he's not going to cut Quincy Williams. I mean, we know that. But he's, can we get another guy returning kicks outside of Gibson? And can we do that? And by the way, this new rule that a touchback, you get the ball on a 35-yard line. I mean, come on. Are we going to start starting drives on a 50-yard line? I mean, what are we doing? I mean, that's absurd. I mean, I know they want more offense, but give me a freaking break. I mean, that's terrible. I can't stand that. I really can't stand it. But, you can't be fumbling. And here's the other thing, bro. And we've talked about this for 100 years. They never force a turnover. Never. When is this defense going to start taking the ball away? No, there was a couple picks. Michael Carter had one to hit him in the hands.
Here it is on your screen. These are both back-to-back. This first one is the Carter one. Tough play, but you got to make it. And this is the one that lost him the game because you'll see it here, Joe. Will McDonald destroys Broderick Jones with the spin move. Rodgers just throws it up there. This is a pick six the other way if Stevens catches that.
Yep, no doubt about it. And that's what's killed them as well. And they had a couple fumbles on the ground that they didn't come up with as well in this game. So, look, that's got to change with this defense. They got to start taking the freaking ball away. You and I have yelled about this forever with the defense, that they just don't force turnovers. And if they're going to start winning football games and you want to be a big-time defense, you got to start taking the ball away. You really do.
Absolutely. Now, you brought up the missed extra point by Nick Folk, and then Glenn decided to go for it. In real time, did you agree with that decision?
I don't have a problem with it. You got it on the 1-yard line. Maybe I would have tried to, we saw that bootleg, that naked bootleg by Fields later in the game for a touchdown. To me, that's a good call there. Why don't we try that from the 1-yard line instead of just running Jalen? I think it was just handed the ball to Jalen Allen, and they were
Jalen Allen. Yeah, they had a shotgun. How about just a quarterback sneak with tush push? Like why add a shotgun? Are you handing the ball off? I hated that call.
Yeah, it was bad. I agree. Yep.
And then later in the game,
going for it, and then later on he had to go for two, and he wasted a time out there. Yep. And then the play, he throws the ball to a triple covered Garrett Wilson in the back of the end zone and had no chance of making the play. So you got to make extra points, bro. To me, that missed extra point by Nick Folk was huge in this game. It really started the whole chain of events for the missed 2-point conversions.
We have a question for Joe. Write it in. We'll do some super chats. They'll cut the line, and then our weekly Asmaniac raffle will be at the end of the show. Plus, Joe, I'm trying to manifest some good vibes this week, so I'm giving away at the end of the show a Justin Fields jersey to someone that enters our raffle.
Little early for that.
I'm not going to get you a Fields jersey because I got you the Rodgers jersey last year. That it was all downhill right after that the live podcast we did.
Look, I'll say this about Fields, okay? And I don't particularly love him, but he's only 26 years old. We've seen a lot of quarterbacks develop later on. I mean, we've seen Geno, we've seen Sam Darnold, we've seen a lot of different guys. You can go back to guys like Rich Gannon and Vinny Testaverde who found themselves in their early 30s. So we've seen this over the years. Look, I can only pray that Justin Fields is our quarterback for the next 10 years. Okay? If that turns out to be the case, boy, I'll be doing a dance. So we'll see. It was one game. The kid really looked good. Let's hope that continues. And, who knows? Maybe we have a quarterback. I mean, I still don't know if we do, but game one was certainly a plus, no doubt.
It just, to your point, it feels like we might have a coach. I don't know, about Fields long term. I get a different vibe with Glenn, even though they lost, even though it's one game. Yeah. It just feels like he actually has an understanding of like the role of being a head coach and not just being like a coordinator who was good on one side of the ball.
Yes, couldn't agree more. He looks like he knows what he's doing out there. Again, it's only one game. He knows the history of this team. He's played for this team. He knows what it is to be brutal. He played for Richie Kotite. He knows what it is to be good. He played for Parcells. So, let's see what happens. It's only one game, but there were a lot of positives, but the bottom line is they still lost, and they still lost in brutal fashion as, of course, Boswell makes a freaking 60-yard field goal. Of course, why not? And you knew he was going to make it. Not for a second did I think he wasn't making it. So.
I mean, the fact that like the 60-yard field goal now is becoming like commonplace in the
Right.
NFL. It's crazy.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
you never feel like it's that unmakeable. Like in the past, 60 yards, forget it. But now we're seeing this like once a week in the NFL.
And I don't know how you change that unless you move the end zone back more, let's say another 5 yards, and put the goalpost there. I mean, I think that's, maybe that's something that you could look at. I don't know.
What do you think of the fact that there were a ton of Steelers fans at this game? I don't think you're surprised, but now that it played out the way it did, do you expect maybe more Jet fans to want to watch this team in person this week against the Bills?
There'll be plenty of Bills fans on Sunday. There'll be plenty of Cowboy fans when they play the Cowboys. I mean, you know that. Just the way it is now, man. The Steelers travel. The Cowboys, you got all these teams that their fans travel. And, the Steelers, to me, have taken over the America's team thing from the Cowboys. I think they got the biggest fan base now. I really think that.
Now, the Bills come back against the Ravens on Sunday Night Football. Your thoughts on this game now coming up? The Jets on FanDuel Sportsbook opened up as a 7-point home underdog here. Give us your early feel for this one against Buffalo.
No, I mean, I'm happy Buffalo won. I really didn't want Buffalo coming in without a win. Let them have one. And the way they did. And look, we all know how great Josh Allen is, but the Jets have had success against him in the past. Look, I don't see any reason that the Jets aren't going to be able to run the ball on his team. I mean, I know Derrick Henry had a big fumble and all, but, they ran the ball on Pittsburgh. They should be able to run the ball on the Buffalo Bills here. I don't think their defense is anything to be so excited about. Why not? I mean, I give them a chance in this game. I think 7's a little bit of a stretch, to be honest with you.
I mean, for what it's worth, they have played Allen pretty well at home 2 of the last 3 years. They beat him with Zach Wilson as their quarterback. So we have to force turnovers, Joe. The game they won on the night Rodgers ruptured the Achilles, they picked them off 3 times. So
that's the game. Who was the safety that's no longer here that picked off 3 passes in that game?
Jordan Whitehead.
Whitehead, right? Yep.
Look, they got to force turnovers. It's been a problem for years, and
no question.
It cost them this game. And Gibson putting the ball on the turf cost them this game in theory on Sunday too. So it's frustrating. It's a weird feeling I have, Joe, because I don't want to do the moral victory thing, but there was just so much to be excited about. I just hope they could replicate it. It's not like last year when we were all excited about how they looked great against the Patriots, and then the Denver debacle happened, and the rest was history.
Well, look, there's a different feel for this football team. And I think, like I said, I mean, they look like a professional football team. And, they look like a team that the coach knew what he was doing. So we'll see. We'll see how that plays out. Like I said, it's only one game. But they lost. I mean, there's no getting away from it. And it was a brutal loss. But there were things that you could hang your hat on in week 1, no doubt.
Couple quick hitters for you, Joe. Were you surprised how many snaps and just how good Jermaine Johnson looked in his first game off the injury?
The defensive line looked very good, bro. They all did. Jermaine Johnson, Quinnen Williams, McDonald really looks like that. And by the way, good job by McDonald getting rid of Gastineau's number. Good job. No, I'm happy about that. This kid Phillips looks like he's pretty good as a run stuffer in the middle of the defensive line.
They stopped the run. I mean, Jerome Briggs, the guy they got from Cleveland, number 91, he played well, I thought.
Yeah. No, I think the defensive line could be good. Got to stay healthy, but that secondary's got to be straightened out.
100%. All right, some super chats here for Joe. Doug Developer says, Joe, I'm from Ramsey. How long have you known Buddy, the shop owner in Paramus Park? That guy's a fanatic just like you, except for the Rangers. What a super chat.
Yeah, I know Buddy a long time. Buddy, I've gotten a lot of stuff from Buddy. As a matter of fact, I've gotten some real nice stuff from him recently. I finally bought a Gastineau jersey. I bought it from him. He had a really good price on it. I know Buddy well. He's treated me to some nice stuff too. He recently gave me, I didn't even have to buy it. He gave me a really nice one of these statues of Darryl Strawberry. I mean, it's freaking stellar. Autographed by Darryl. It's over on my net area here now. I don't want to bring it over here, but Buddy's a great guy. Done a lot of business with Buddy. And he's probably got the premier sports memorabilia shop certainly in New Jersey. I mean, I don't know if anybody's better than him when it comes to that stuff in Jersey.
Hey, shout out to Buddy. Are you a big memorabilia guy, John? I know you have like a nice collection behind you there, but have you
No, I
collected a
got
ton of stuff over the years?
You got to come down and see my basement. I got a lot of stuff, not just my teams either. A lot of different stuff, a lot of Met stuff, Jet stuff, obviously, Knicks stuff, Rangers, and then I got all kinds of different players over the years that I've admired that are not on my team. So I got a lot of different stuff down here.
Love that.
I also have, and people can get upset about this. It's too bad. I got a lot of Big Don stuff down here too.
I was waiting for
There's
the first Big Don reference.
Well. A lot of that down here as well. So
Big Don wasn't watching football Sunday. He was at the U.S. Open.
Yeah. I give him credit for going into the Lions den there with all those woked out lefties that were
here we go.
watching freaking tennis. Don't even get me started on some of the people there. Oh my God, God bless them. For going to that. Unbelievable.
We're 20 minutes into the new season. There we go. The first Big Don reference. Anthony gifting 5 memberships. He's in our raffle. Black Gypsy gifting a channel membership as well. This one's from Neil, who you met at T-Squared. He wants to play golf with you at an outing in Jersey, or he wants to play with you in Manhattan Woods. Would you play golf with one of my listeners, Joe?
Sure. I mean, I don't know who he is, but yeah, why not?
You'll remember Neil if you saw him in person.
Where is the Manhattan? I don't know if you know that, but where's the Manhattan Woods golf course? Where is that?
I don't know. I'll send you the info.
Let me know.
Cincy Matt says, I expected this from Stevens. He's been getting cooked by all the AFC North since 21. Was very surprised to hear about a successful camp. Bum. I mean, that was the thing. Why? And I also looked at it like this when they signed him. Like, if we can't trust Aaron Glenn's evaluation on a cornerback, then what can we trust him to do? So I was willing to give him a chance. But another game like that, you can't leave him out there. You drafted a corner from Florida State, A.Z. Thomas, in the 3rd round. Give him a chance. He can't be any worse than what we saw from Stevens.
Well, I think you're going to see him sooner than later. I mean, I really do. And I think you're going to see the kid Malachi Moore as a safety, too. Let's go. Why not? Can't be worse. Can't be worse.
JK says, years of not getting turnovers on defense. Yep. Larry says, Joe, do you hate virtual measurements as much as I do?
I mean, that doesn't bother me as much as kickoffs coming out to the 35-yard line. I mean, that bothers me. Come on, put the ball in the freaking 20 like it should be. All right. Can we do that?
Black Gypsy wants to know.
It doesn't bother me. What?
This is a popular question here. So someone who used to call you on the fan is a caller, Bob from Vermont. He claims you would remember him. Do you?
I think I do to some degree. Yeah.
All right. Well, there you go, Bob. Joe B remembers you. Adam says, can we talk about Will McDonald? 2 sacks on the day. Defense needs to be better, but his pass rushing has elite potential. Great to hear a positive Joe B.
Yeah. No, McDonald had a big game. I mean, he did. And like I said, the defensive line was good. They got after Rodgers pretty good. They sacked him 4 times. They put pressure on him. I thought you had a solid game. They stopped the run. I thought the defensive line had a good game. I did.
Big fella says, well, Rodgers isn't the only one to blame. He definitely deserves his share. We catered to him, giving him his guys, his coach, all to waste 2 years of our young core. That's why I don't give a bleep about Rodgers.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's nothing. Now who cares? I mean, he's gone. It's over. It's history. So whatever.
But so Fields is the guy. He looked like it on Sunday.
Yeah. Fields looked like the legitimate. Let's hope it's the beginning of something with him for sure.
John says, can we lead a GoFundMe to build a stadium on Long Island? The least we could have as a Jet fan base is our own home. Sick of seeing opposing fans take over.
Yeah, of course. I mean, look, we should have a stadium right next to Citi Field. That's where it should be. I'd love to see Uncle Stevie Cohen buy the Jets, put a Jet stadium all green. How great would that be? All green seats, Joe Namath statue outside. That would be outstanding. Don't ever think it's going to happen, unfortunately.
I mean, it just doesn't feel like there's any momentum towards that. The closest was already 25 years ago with the West Side of Manhattan Stadium. Yeah.
It's been a big problem. Look, the Jets have never had their own stadium. Even Shea Stadium, that was the Mets Stadium. That was not the Jet Stadium. So they've really never had their own stadium.
Right. And MetLife, it's the worst. It's not like it's a great experience, even if the team is bad. Like the getting there from basically anywhere is a huge pain. It's a giant look-alike air conditioning unit. Like there's nothing appealing about it.
No. Well, I'm fortunate enough that I live close enough that getting there is not really too bad. But if you're coming from the city, if you're coming from Long Island, I don't know how my buddy Sean Winters does it with his tailgating stuff that he does and coming from where he's coming from. But, the stadium is a problem. We've been playing in the Giant Stadium since 1984. Let's be honest about it.
This one is from Austrian Jet Fan. He gifted a membership, so he's in the raffle for one. So is the hamburger. Thank you both. Rat Diddy wants to know, have you ever met Big Don?
We actually interviewed him once many years ago at one of the Joe Torre golf outings, myself and Evan. But he wasn't Big Don at that point. He was not president. I was not a big fan of him at that point in time. That has certainly changed. If there was anybody I could play golf with, it would be Big Don. If I could play golf with one guy, one person, it would be him. I'd love to play golf.
Well, you already crossed Robert Saleh off the list, so I'm surprised Aaron Glenn's not your number one guy now.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what Aaron Glenn probably, if he knows who I am, probably doesn't love me. We'll say that.
He might love you. You bleed the same passion he does for the Jets.
I do. But I'm also very critical of them. And, they don't love me there. Let's be honest about it. They don't.
Well, they don't love you because you tell the truth. I mean, that's the
it.
bottom line.
That's it.
Bo C writes, in question for both of you, if you were going to rework the secondary to prepare for Buffalo, what adjustments would you make? Secondly, offensively, should a two-back set be a staple? Joe, you already alluded to some of this, right? You're talking about Malachi Moore. Maybe we see A.Z. Thomas. If Glenn's true to his word that players are going to be held accountable, then I would like to see some big time changes if they continue to struggle right away.
Yeah, no, he should be. Those are the moves that need to be made right there. Play more. Play the kid from Florida State. Let's see them. I mean, that's what I would do. As far as a two-back set, I mean, look, I like the way they played it the other day. I mean, you could use a two-back set and you could split Breece Hall out almost like a wide receiver, like the Rams used to do with Marshall Faulk. That's how good. He only caught 2 passes in a game. That one went for about 35 yards. But they really didn't throw the ball to him too much, But I could see that with Breece almost being like a wide receiver.
And I feel like at times he's going to have to play that role because they don't have a true number 2 on this team. Maybe we see Mason Taylor more involved. He had that nice catch in the game, but that was all we saw from him. Maybe they get him more involved this week too, and he's kind of the number 2 wide receiver.
Let's hope so. Let's hope.
Bo C, he gifted a big time membership here. It's 10 raffle entries for Bo C. Thank you, Bo. We love Bo's support on the show. Oh, wow. Dick Chimney's burner, Rich Samini troll account here. Gifting channel memberships. Hit the Jet. Bang wants to feel better about Sauce getting paid money, and he says we need interceptions.
Yeah. I mean, nice. Look, let's be honest. Sauce is okay. I don't mind him getting paid. I thought he had a decent game the other day. He's got a long way to get to Darrelle Revis. Long way.
At least they're letting him travel now, though.
He's got a long way to get to Aaron Glenn as a cornerback, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, he is a 2-time first-team All-Pro, though. I think he's going to bounce back in a big way. I think we saw that. I thought he played a really good game. There weren't any real opportunities for him to come up with. It's not like he dropped a pick in this game. He wasn't.
No, he was good. No, Sauce was all right. He was good.
And your thoughts on the fact that they're letting Sauce now actually travel with number 1 wide receivers?
Of course he should. That's a no-brainer.
I mean, to me, it's long overdue. How often have we been screaming? How do you have a great cover corner and not allow him to do the thing that he does best against their best player?
Yep, with you 100% on that. Yep.
By the way, Neil has followed up. He says Manhattan Woods, West Nyack, 200 members, number 1 pro for all PGA golfers.
Yeah. Played through Michael Jordan there with my client. Wow. $50,000 a bag. Wow. You should have let me there. They ain't gonna let me in there. $50,000 a bag. Come on.
I can't let you run, Joe, unless I get your thoughts on some of the other New York teams here. Give us your feel on the Mets. I know obviously they got shut out last night, and forget that the division was cooked before that series started, but now you can forget it. Do you have faith they're still going to make the playoffs? Though as one of the wild card teams.
I'm very concerned, bro. They got a 3-game lead now. The Giants are only 3 games behind them. Cincinnati's only 4. The Diamondbacks are close. The Cardinals even. I'm worried. I mean, they were hitting like crazy, right? Now these 3 kids come up who have turned out to be their best pitchers, and they pitched the last 3 games. They all pitched well. Every one of them pitched well. Jonah Tong pitched well. Strope pitched well. McClain was good again last night, and they don't score. Now they can't score. Last night, they lose this damn game last night. I'm delirious. They lose 1-0. They got a shot in the 9th inning. This made me cry. Okay, it makes me insane. Okay, they're losing 1-0. I know you're a Yankee fan. You don't care. They're losing 1-0. They start the ninth inning. The closes in for the Phillies. Pete gets a base hit up the middle. Okay, all right. So Mendoza takes Pete out, which I don't love this at all. Takes him out for a pinch run on Ronnie Mauricio. Okay, all right. Vientos, I think Nimmo made an out. Now there's one out. Pete Mauricio's on first. Vientos hits a line drive into the corner in right field, bro. It almost gets stuck under the wall, and Mauricio doesn't score. I'm like, what? It looked like he was jogging around second base, and when he didn't score there, I knew they weren't going to get the run in. I knew they weren't. McNeil comes up, and I got confidence in McNeil. He strikes out, okay? And then comes up this stiff Alvarez. I've had enough of him. In fact, I'm telling you right now, to me, Luis Torrens is a better player than Alvarez. He really is. He's a terrific defensive catcher. He throws people out better than anybody in baseball. And Alvarez does what he always does. And I know he had a little hot streak, and I know he's got injuries in his hands. He swings at – I predicted it. I said he's going to swing at 3 pitches 10 feet outside and strike out. That's exactly what happened. I'm getting sick and tired of this guy. He stinks. He never comes through in a big spot at all. And I'm concerned. This team, since June 13th, which, by the way, and you could take this any way you want, was also Pride Night at Citi Field.
God.
Okay? Since that night, okay, their record, sit down, 21-34. They're 13 games under 500 since that night. 13 games under. They were 21 games over 500 that night. They're 8 games over now. I'm very concerned. I'm concerned. The bullpen is terrible. The starting pitching outside of the 3 kids and maybe David Peterson. Manai is pitching tonight. He stinks. Hopefully he'll get through 4 innings. I don't even know if he will. The Mets better be hitting tonight because he's going to be giving up runs. And then you put that absolutely horrific bullpen in the game, led by the worst relief pitcher in the history of mankind, Ryan Stanek. How this guy's still on the team makes me nuts. He stinks. They all stink. This guy, and here's what kills me too. So last night in the 8th inning, Mendoza puts the stiff Hemsley in the game, right? Who stinks. Not a great trade by the genius Stearns. Puts this stinking piece of garbage Hemsley in the game. He actually has a 1-2-3 inning, right? For the first time, and they still lose.
It's like the Jets scoring 32 points and still losing.
What a disgrace. I'm very concerned about the Mets, bro. Very concerned.
I still think they'll make the playoffs, and I'll tell you what. Here's an interesting question for the Yankee fans out there. You know, gun to your head, your life's on the line. Are you trusting Helsley or Devin Williams in a big spot to get out of an inning?
I'm not trusting either of them. But I mean, at least Williams has had some decent moments this year. This guy's been absolutely horrific for the Mets. And their bullpen stinks. They all stink. Soto, Rodgers. They traded this kid Drew Gilbert to the Giants for Rodgers. He's been lighting it up. And the Giants have been red hot. Typical Mets.
Two quick super chats, Joe, and then one last thing that I need to I don't think you're aware of this.
Let me just say this. They'll probably make the playoffs. They have no chance to win a championship with their pitching, with their relief pitching specifically.
It's unless they get, lightning in the bottle somehow. You never know. That's the one thing with baseball. You do never know. You can get hot, but I tend to agree.
They won't win a World Series, bro. Confident.
Big fella, Xavier Gibson, 27 career receptions, 11 fumbles. Why is he on this team? He shouldn't be the kick returner. I mean, no chance.
Now. Why is he on? He should be gone. If Glenn So is preaching that, you're going to make mistakes, you're not going to play, well, get rid of this guy.
And Pritchett was better in the preseason anyway. I wanted to see more of him, Jamal Pritchett.
Yeah.
Michael says, similar question here. Joe, longtime fan, if this new regime's going to hold players accountable, why haven't we cut Gibson?
Yeah, well, he should be cut now, immediately. I would. There's no need for him on his team anymore.
So, Joe, I think you're going to enjoy this. I know that you're not on Twitter or X. You have your wonderful daughter Erin handle that for you.
Yes.
But there's a guy who I'm a huge fan of. You probably have seen some of his videos. He's the guy that does the parody of Mike Francesa in like historic situations over the years, the Revolutionary War, the Civil War.
Oh, yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah. Right.
His name is Big Action Bill, and he has a bit where he posts a photo of you based on the Jet result, but the photo is based on, how your emotions are after that Jet game. So he tweeted yesterday, we're at a Benigno level 4. The Jets are 0-1. but he's not too upset about it. Note, level 4 Benigno gets the stock WFAN picture they used for 25 years. Your thoughts on you being labeled as Benigno level 4? I guess I guess it goes up to level 10. I have to ask Big Action Bill what the scale goes up to.
Well,
but is it a fair assessment?
That's actually not a bad picture of me. That's also probably like 15 years ago or something, like minimum of that. So, yeah, I don't exactly look like that anymore, but, it is what it is.
I like it. Benigno level 4. Well,
Yep.
hopefully, there's a win Sunday, and I guess that'd be Benigno level 1. We'd just be, we'd have a Joy Monday conversation.
I'd be very ecstatic with a win. Yes, no doubt about it.
Love it. Joe, when's the next Oh the Pain podcast coming out?
Live one? Well,
just in general, plug the show.
No, the next one will be Friday. We have to have you on one of these days. We're going to start doing more with the guests. So we're going to have Asman on one of these days. We just had a live podcast 2 weeks ago. We had a great turnout. We had Tony Richardson there. We had Sal Licata actually came, and my buddy John Harper. Very good night. But we had you there last year, of course. It was all downhill for the Jets after that.
That was it. That was the 9 days that we had after they destroyed the Pats before the Denver game. Was the best.
We were giddy, bro. Come on. What a disgrace.
9 days to enjoy the Aaron Rodgers era. And then there was at Denver, the rain against Denver started to fall, and that was it. They got crushed. Rodgers was playing hurt the rest of the year.
Line missed the field goal, and it was all downhill from there.
Yeah, but Boswell could hit from 60, of course, to win this one.
And Fultz, of course, as much as we loved him, and should have never let him go in the first place, he misses a big extra point on Sunday, of course.
Man, it's unreal. Hopefully they win Sunday, Joe, because I do agree. I think they have a chance in this one. It's tough to pick them against Josh Allen, but
look, I think they have a chance in every game, bro. I mean, but at least they look like a professional football team. I think you got a chance in every game, but they also got a chance to lose in every game. So, I mean, let's be honest about that too,
Joe, you're the man, and I'm hoping this year we don't have a moment like what happened last year when you joined us and this happened.
Adam Schefter is reporting the Jets have just fired Robert Saleh.
Wow. Are you serious?
I swear to you.
I mean, hopefully there's no coach being fired or anything other craziness. I don't think Glenn's
getting fired this year. I think he's safe at least for this year.
Nope. I think you're right. Right with that one. Joe, you're the man. I'll talk to you soon. Let's get a win Sunday.
Jake, all the love as always. God bless, bro. We'll talk to you soon.
Joe Benigno, the host of the Oh the Pain podcast. Joe put out an episode yesterday on the Jets game. If you want more thoughts on that, plus he just told you we'll have an episode out on Friday. Here's what we're gonna do. We got the weekly raffle coming up, but for those tuning in late, I am giving away a Justin Fields jersey at the end of this stream, so you could get the membership to enter or send in a $10 super chat or higher. You'll get 2 raffle tickets for 10, 20 is 5, 50 is 10, 100 is 20. Paul made it easy for us to figure out how many raffle entries he's getting because he gifted 5 channel memberships.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
Our weekly raffle prizes for those of you who have entered for that throughout the past week include a signed Joe Namath jersey, a signed Weeb Eubank helmet, a signed Sauce Gardner jersey, and a signed Kevin Mawai jersey. So those are the top prizes in our weekly raffle. And now what we need to do is spin the wheel and figure out who's going to win each one.
It's time to announce the winners of the weekly Asmaniac raffle. Let's spin the Jake Asman Show Wheel of Champions and find out which Asmaniac is winning an epic prize.
Here we go, baby. We got those 4 prizes. You can only win once. And if you win, we will send you your prize. You have to email me, asmanjake@gmail.com, your name, address, so I know where to send each of the prizes you heard me just mention. Here we go. We'll give away the Joe Namath jersey for our first prize, autographed by Broadway Joe himself. Here we go. The winner of the signed Namath is Brendan Ryan. Brendan, congratulations. You are our grand prize winner. Email me, asmanjake@gmail.com, and we'll get you your jersey. All right. We got more prizes. Ladies and gentlemen, prize 2 is a signed helmet by the only head coach in franchise history that could say they won the Super Bowl, Weeb Eubank. The winner of the signed Weeb helmet is JYB. Thank you to JYB, longtime supporter of the show. He's your winner of the Weeb signed helmet. All right, 2 prizes still to go. Ladies and gentlemen, a signed Sauce Gardner jersey is our next prize. And the winner of the signed Sauce jersey is Cynthia. How about that? Cynthia won this because she called into the show, I believe, during my post-game show for the first ever time. And when you're a first-time caller on the show, you earn 2 raffle tickets as an incentive to be a part of our community. And Cynthia, with 2 free entries and over 600 people entered, had her name called. That is an awesome story. She is a great, great person. Comes to all the live events we do, watch parties, draft parties. Awesome. Congrats to Cynthia. Well deserved. Okay, we got 1 prize left. It's signed by a Jet legend, Hall of Famer, Kevin Mawai, his jersey. The winner of the Mawai jersey is Ryan McCarthy, the pride of Albany, New York. Hell yeah. Congratulations to Ryan. He is our 4th and final weekly raffle winner. Congrats again to Brendan Ryan, JYB, Cynthia, and Ryan McCarthy on winning our prizes in our weekly raffle. Hit the Jet chant for all 4 of our winners. Now, we're not done, folks. End of this show, Justin Fields jersey, color of your choosing between black, white, and green. If you don't win the Fields jersey, you're entered in next week's As Maniac raffle, which features the top prize of a signed Justin Fields jersey. Prize 2, a signed Jermaine Johnson jersey. Prize 3, a signed Sauce Gardner jersey. That's right. 3 current Jets, 3 signed jerseys. Those are the top prizes in next week's As Maniac raffle. So, gift away. And from this point on, all memberships that have been gifted during this show and beyond will go towards raffle number 40. We've done 40 of these things since December 1st. I never could have imagined we'd have the support we've had to keep doing them every week. So thank you to everyone for that. And let's get it underway now for next week's raffle. By the way, Charlie Gatson, I saw your super chat, and while I was not going to put it up on the air because it's wildly inappropriate, I am going to put you still down on the raffle for 2. So good luck. All right. On that note, let's get to your calls. And joining us live from the work of, I don't know, the something with Bridges. I don't know the exact location. Ladies and gentlemen, the Hamburger bats lead off today. What's up, Burger?
Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing?
How are you, my friend?
Doing good, man. Just finishing up some paperwork. Yeah, sorry I got disconnected a couple times. I was having some internet issues, unlike usual. When I went to the house, it clicked over to Wi-Fi, so I got disconnected again. But I don't know, man. I couple days now after the game, walking around, even on my job site, we got a lot of giant Jet fans here, and I think everybody feels the same way. A lot of people are kind of proud of what they did, in the same time, same old Jets. But I think there's a lot of optimism after seeing what we seen on Sunday. If they can fix a few of the mistakes, get rid of a few guys that are like Gibson that are causing these issues, I think we're going to look pretty good. I mean, we're facing an opponent next week that is a lot different than we faced last week. So I think it should be interesting to see what they can do. I don't know, man. I'm excited for it. I'm excited for, hopefully, we have the advantage on the Buffalo Bills at home. It's something that they have a tough time beating us at our house. But hopefully we can put it together and be 1-1 at the end of this week. I don't know how confident I am in that, but I'm more excited now after watching the game and dissecting it for the last 2 days, and I feel better about it. I feel okay. I feel like we have a good offense. Defense needs work. Get rid of Gibson. make some changes in the secondary, and yeah, man, let's roll. Let's see what we can do. I'm excited. I mean, my son's excited. A few people that are naysayers, even they're like, hey, I feel kind of good about where the team is at this point.
It's tough not to feel good about a lot of what they did.
Yeah.
It's just a couple things that cost them. So
That's
if this team's well coached, right? 100%. But the difference is if you believe in this coaching staff, they could correct some of that stuff and build on it. Now, it'd be nice if there was a more winnable opponent on Sunday than Buffalo, but maybe to Joe's point, maybe it is better that the Bills won this past week. Maybe they have that emotional high of beating the Ravens and they come out a little flat, having to go on the road against a Jets team that, feels hungry and feels like they should have won last week and doesn't want to start 0-2.
Listen, I agree with that. Also, watching the Buffalo Bill games, they do not have a lot of great weapons that I could see from watching them. They look real sloppy the first half, and I think Baltimore kind of let down the second half. So it's tough to say. It's only week one. You're only seeing, a small clipping of what each team can do. But I'm not as worried about Buffalo. I think they look more dangerous last year than they did this year. Their defense is definitely not as good as they were last year, and I think they're easily opened up to the run. And I think we could really capitalize on that this week coming up. The problem is we got to be able to stop Josh Allen. I mean, he's a one-man wrecking crew. So, well, hopefully we get a win under our belt. If not, listen, if we have a game like last week, minus the mistakes, and we're competitive, I'm not going to be pissed off. I'm going to be mad that we lost, but at least it shows that we're a competent football team. So then that's what I really want the most out of this year is competence and hopefully some growth in this franchise, because we have not had that in the last couple of years. It's been the same shit over and over.
I get it. You got to win games, though. I mean, that to me is the biggest thing, Hamburger. So good call. I want to be positive, but it's easier to be positive if there's a win attached to it, too. Now you start 0-2, you're going to Tampa. You're going to have to win that game and not go 0-3. And that's Tampa's home opener. It's going to be tough. Tampa's been a good team. They're a playoff team. We'll see. I want to be optimistic for Sunday, but it's Josh Allen. He's the MVP of the league. He's a great player. Now, the Jets have played him well at times, but he did get the best of them twice last year. That first game at MetLife, it was Ulbricht's first game as the interim head coach on Monday Night Football. Greg Zuerlein was horrific. Remember, they had the brutal holding penalty called on Tyron Smith that negated the Braylon Allen go-ahead score. They were in that game. They didn't get blown out. I don't think the Jets are going to get blown out this week. And I do think the emotional high of the win for the Bills, maybe they were a little sluggish in the first half, but eventually it's going to click. So if you're the Jets, you have to start hot again. I thought one of the bigger plays in the game on Sunday against Pittsburgh was the Jets allowed Rodgers to get them down the field before halftime. Like, the Jets had all this momentum, and instead of even holding them to a field goal would have been okay, right? And the Jets did go into halftime. I think they were up 2, right? Should have been 3, but we know what happened with the extra point debacle and the 2-point conversion. Like, I think the Jets need to go out there and they need to start fast and punch Buffalo in the mouth, and they should be able to do it as far as running the ball against them. Now, look, the Jets don't have Derrick Henry, but Breece Hall is a really good running back. Justin Fields is dynamic like Lamar is. He's not Lamar, but the Jets, I think, could play that style that the Ravens play. But once again, I thought when the Jets had a lot of momentum, they couldn't close the door. They had a chance to with the Stevens pick in the second half. They had the opportunity, obviously, in the end of the first half, and they let them go down the field and make it a 2-point game instead. Eli is predicting a Michael Clemens sack on Sunday. Can Michael Clemens set the edge on Sunday? Remember last year? Daniel says, get me in. Daniel, you're in the raffle for 2. Comments, questions, super chats, cut the line. Ladies and gentlemen, more of your calls right now. The guy on the line won a Justin Fields jersey yesterday. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to say hello to our good friend, Purple Belt Mike.
Purple Belt Mike, he loves the Dark Knight. He's got a green pool and he jumps right in. Maybe someday he'll get a brown belt, but for now he's just that Purple Belt Mike. Purple Belt Mike, it might be purple, but he can still kick your dirty ass.
Mike, Michael.
You could kiss my big ass. Woo!
Be ready to play. Ready to play, baby. This guy's ready to play. Ladies and gentlemen, Kyle Clifton.
Good morning, Jake. How are you?
Hello, Kyle.
So, like, when we talk about our past opponent and our upcoming opponent, do we think that the Bills line is kind of comparable to the Steelers? It seems like they might be a little bit deeper, but I think that the Steelers might be a little bit more talented. Do you think that's a fair assessment?
Do I think the Steelers D line is more talented than the Bills D line?
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah. But maybe the Bills are a little bit more deep. Like the Bills are pulling up an S off the bench, right?
I think the Steelers defense is still better than Buffalo's.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a different type of opponent, right? Like Metcalf was a guy who was going to draw attention. I don't know that the Bills have that guy, right? I think we have corners that can kind of match up with them, assuming that Brandon Stevens can get his head around and that Michael Carter, plays up to the back of the baseball card, as they say. I wouldn't be surprised to see, a tweak at safety. But, to me, the two big threats for them are Cook and Kincaid, because I think Kincaid was hurt most of the last year and he showed a lot of promise, previously. And, Cook just got the bag. He's, his brother's brother. He's the real deal. And then you have Allen, who represents a kind of a unique threat. We have a puncher's chance. It's time for us to kind of move past the fact that we blew an opportunity last weekend, right? This was a conference game. It was a game that we could have seized a tiebreaker against a perennial playoff team. It's upsetting. There was a lot of positives to take out of it. Let's see if we can, I would expect that a Glenn and Wilkes coach defense is going to be able to tighten up issues in the secondary. This is why they're here, right? And it's kind of that simple. That's kind of all I had.
I think it's totally fair. I think ultimately, Kyle, like, we can't be about like, oh, they played well and a loss. Like, if you want to actually change things, Kyle Clifton, that's amazing. Now, does this count for inside or outside when we have this background?
Well, I am still outside. I actually was outside yesterday when I was in East Attic.
Look, it's a beautiful attic. You took a shower when you left that place, right?
No, there's no doubt. Full vaccinations in full effect.
Thank God. Ladies and gentlemen, Kyle Clifton.
You get the fuck out.
I think he's right, but it can't be about, oh, they played well and a loss. Win the damn game. Win the damn game. No one's going to pick the Jets, but there's upsets all the time in the NFL. And the Jets have to prove that they are starting to close the gap. Like, you have to steal a couple games that you weren't expected to win. This could be one of them. If you're going to play great teams, I've always said that you play them early. Week 1, week 2, teams are still trying to figure out what exactly they are. There's still not a whole lot of film on what the Jets are as an offense. So catch the Bills by surprise there. Let's see it. KJ Jam. Jake, you expect him to play Lazard eventually, right? I'm not sure about this one. My theory for a while has been they couldn't just release him because then they knew the Steelers would sign him and he'd go and spill the playbook to Mike Tomlin and reunite with Aaron Rodgers. So I think they knew Tyler Johnson was not going to get picked up by anyone. So they cut him and kept Lazard and then just elevated Tyler Johnson. And Glenn's reasoning for why they didn't play Lazard was essentially, well, he was hurt for a lot of the summer, and we wanted to make sure he knew everything before we put him out there. But he did have like 2 weeks of practice before this first game. And it's not like he was hurt in OTAs or the beginning of training camp. I think he knows I think there is more to that story than we know. I don't know if Lazard is definitely playing this week. I don't think we know that. Maybe they're going to try and trade him. I don't know. If he goes to the Steelers now, whatever. But you didn't want him going there before week 1. Dylan says, if we had the 23 defense, would be a scary team, man. Yeah, but you know what? That team ultimately didn't have the right coach. So, yeah, I guess I'm sure the 23 Jets defense will probably end up being better, but there's still a ton of talent on this defense. They got to figure it out. They can't be that bad. Spencer Green says, Jake, I have an idea. On the coin toss Sunday, to hell with deferring or taking the ball. It's simple. Elect to kick ass. How about that? Let's effing go Jets. We elect to kick ass. I like it. Let's go.
Hello? You play to win the game.
Beat the Bills. More of your calls right now. Ladies and gentlemen, a legend is on the line. We call him One Punch Dave Brigham.
He thinks that Charles and Bobby need to get a job. This cowboy hates to see Asmaniacs complain. What he call him, One Punch Brigham. You need to get a job. What he call him, One Punch Brigham. The beast is on his ass. Call him One Punch Brigham. Has anyone seen Bean Mac? Call him One Punch Brigham. You only need one.
Good morning, Jake.
Good morning, Dave Brigham. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. I didn't get to have an opportunity to hear Joe B. I was up with my sister to get some tires on her car. So I hope he was positive.
He was.
Yeah.
He surprised. I think he was very level-headed.
Oh, good. It's always good to have a positive Joe B.
It's rare. It's rare.
Well, everything is said, I think. Right. Yeah, Joe B. But, he's got a lot to be negative about, all the years of pain, It's true. It's true. When pain mounts, it's very, it wears on you. It just wears. Especially, but everything has been said about the game, Sunday's game. I can't add or take away anything from it. We all know what happened. We all know what has to happen. We have to win this game Sunday. This is a must win for me because we have to get Neil on the plane at 1-1. We have to get Neil. Not only that, that's important, yes, but the team shows it has fight at least. We have some fight as opposed to the solid teams. They had no fight. They just pretty much folded like a cheap suit. It's, I just hope Glenn really, he's a man that puts his words to action because, people have to be held accountable. I don't want to see that Gibson fumbling no more. I mean, I can't take it. I can't, it just can't happen. Whatever you want to do to make him inactive, cut him, it just put somebody else back there that can handle the ball. I mean, that killed us. You know what? My son, I very rarely get to see a Sunday game at 1:00 because I'm in, church services. Okay. So, at the end of the service was close to the time. So one of the guys said, we'll go down, put the television on. And I'm dealing with Pittsburgh Steelers and Eagles fans here. You got to understand this. So I'm in Steelers country. So we're ahead. The first play turns on. What do I see? The fumble. That's what I'm going to call it. The fumble that did us in. Okay. Not to make just that one play, but that was a dictating play for that whole game. And of course I had to hear it from the Steeler fans, and when you're in church, you don't like to, I try to play it cool. I mean, try to keep my fandom to, that's where I'm getting worked up like I do on the show by certain individuals. which we remain unnamed. Okay, you know what I'm talking about. I send you the email. Okay, you got to know where I'm coming from here. Okay, so I want to see us win Sunday. All right, I mean that's it. So it's we got to win. We just got to, whatever way, shape, or form, we have to win. We have to start this. We have to start in a path where we're not losing games. We're not giving games away. I mean, it's got to change. Someday it's got to change. It's got to be Sunday. So, what do you think? What's your opinion of this, Joe? I mean,
look,
Jake.
I think they have a great chance to win, Dave. It's just it's tough to pick them right now. I got to see it. Like that's why I was so upset after the game Sunday and yesterday, because I just knew the uphill climb they're now facing, likely starting 0-2. So it's like can they win? Sure, I hope they do, but I can't go in expecting them to win. I don't think that's fair to the Jets. I'm going to be angry if they blow the game, but if they play well and lose, like I don't think I'm going to be as angry as I was necessarily on Sunday, because I feel like the Jets were the better team than Pittsburgh, and my concern going in was Fields and the play caller. Like it was all unknown. The fact that they played that well and still lost, that's what hurts the most. Like let's see how they look against the Bills. If they're to me, they're not the better team going in. I think the Jets roster is comparable to the Steelers. I think those teams are pretty even. I think the edge is Pittsburgh had Tomlin and more of a sure thing at quarterback versus what we knew about the Jets. This game, I feel differently. This game, like if they're in the game and have a chance to win, I think we all sign for that right now. Hopefully they can actually win, but I don't know if we can expect them to win this game. It's tough.
Here's the deal, right? We had the game in our grasp and we just gave it away. This is the common thread with the Jets football team. When we have a game in hand, we just give it away. This narrative's got to stop. And yes, Fields played terrific. He played terrific. And, everybody's got this narrative now that he's not going to, going forward, this was just one of those things. He's not going to be, this is going to be a one-game experience. We have to have confidence that he's going to be the quarterback that we need. We just can't, it's positivity is great, but it's got to be put into action. And we played well on offense and we gave away the game on defense. I mean, and a fumble. It's uncanny the way these things happen throughout the history of this team. It's historical. It's history. It's our history. Always put it into action in the wrong manner. I mean, and you don't want to be negative, really, because there's tremendous positive signs, but we have to have a win. Moral victory is different for the garbage pail. It's crazy. It's crazy how we're always down the same road, isn't it, Jake?
Hopefully it starts to change, Dave. I mean, we got to hope Glenn and this coaching staff are different, because that's what it comes down to. Like the talent's there for this team. Maybe Fields can replicate what he's done. Maybe he can turn the corner and do what Sam Darnold and Geno and Baker have been able to do. Like, he looked good to me. I think a lot of what they did watching the film back, I watched Connor Rodgers film breakdown that he posted on Badlands. I thought a lot of what they did, I think it can be replicated. So they got to fix the defense. I think that's where you start with Sunday. Force some turnovers. They have to turn the Bills over if they're going to win this game.
Right. Why did they, when they get their hands on the ball, that they can't hold it? I mean, the interceptions are right there. They can't not hold on to the ball. It's uncanny how they just like that play that that was over the middle with the Steelers receiver that just picks the ball in the air. It reminds me of Julian Edelman in the Super Bowl. The ball just goes inside their hands. Goes out of our hands, it falls into their hands. And they go on to a 60-yard field goal that kills us. I mean, you can't make it up, Jake. You just can't make it up. The New York Jets are a team that the narrative is not, it can't be made up over the history since 1968. I mean, I've seen it. I've witnessed it. I've endured the pain. And yet I want us to go forward to victory, to achieve. We can be that. We can be, you know what? Glenn's got to put his he's got to put the rubber to the road, put his mouth to the action. People be held accountable. Don't be solid. Don't say one thing and do another. Just not say anything. We want to build a team. We're building. You can see the difference. You can see the positives, but the only positive that comes out of it is victories. So let's hope for a victory. I'm ramped up for Tampa. I'm ramped up. You know, I'm ramped up, man.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Let's go.
A legend. One punch. Dave Briga.
He thinks that Gary needs more shots upside his head. This cowboy hates when you don't believe in achievement. Well, they call him One Punch Briga. The moon landing was free. They call him One Punch Briga. His claim is not true. They call him One Punch Briga. He did justice fight his ass. One Punch Briga. Doesn't know they need done.
Let's go, Dave Briga. Dave Briga is a big hockey fan, too. So I want to give another mention to our post-game show sponsor from this past week, SRN, that's Sports and Recreation Network. Basically, they're an awesome, rec travel style league, right? They do a hockey league. They have a bunch of different sports, but the hockey is the one I want to talk about, especially for anyone who is interested in playing in a high-level rec league hockey league. They're doing open tryouts October 11th at All Sports in Melville on Long Island. You get to compete in national tournaments. You get to play in the National Ball Hockey League. The games are live streamed, so you feel like a pro playing in a rec league is essentially the concept. So another plug for SRN. Go to sportsrecnet.com if you're interested, because I know a lot of football fans are also hockey fans. So a little extra love there for our post-game show sponsor. Spencer Green with a super chat. I want to see Beast and Dave in the ring. Give me Beast with a knockout early. See, Beast and Dave Briga, they used to not see eye to eye, but now they're the best of friends. So you won't get that rumble. Beast has nothing but love and respect for Dave Briga.
Hope you enjoy the landing. First round. To go against the Bills, get in the ring, get the jabs out. Just start jabbing and jabbing and jabbing and jabbing. And once he starts holding his ribs, just go for the ribs. Go for the ribs. And then once he starts getting it in,
Whoa. These are penalties, Beast. They're gonna call personal fouls.
This is called straight up. This is called straight up critical thinking. See, to knock out the Bills, you gotta go fast. See, they want to play fast round. They want to go right for the throat and right for the knockout. We go for the knockout right away, first round. First come, first serve. We got to go fast. Remember, they want to knock us down. We'll knock them down. See, we got to remember, they want the ball first. Okay, but we're going to take the ball first because I got this feeling and we're going to get in their face first and punch them right where it hurts. And I'm not talking downstairs, right where it hurts the most. Either the ribs, the eye, or the left side of the ribs. That's the best part. You got to remember, critical thinking is what brings us to the dance. If you want to win Sunday, you gotta bring it to the dance. Because this is the dance. You either gonna win or you can't be here, get out. Or
hey, Beast, Spencer Green says, get your big ass up and show us.
You want proof? This is how you do. This is how you're gonna do it the first round.
But these are not a football moves here. That's the concern.
Yeah, that's concern number one. Now we're gonna do a little sweep action.
All right, show us what it looks like on the field. Here we go.
Stay.
Hey, can you move your mic that's not even plugged in and serves no purpose so we can see you?
Time out, referee.
Hold on. Wait for the whistle.
Let's get on the line. Three on the line. Get ready. Get ready. Green 73. Green 73. Get ready. Punch it out. Get 3-3. Touchdown. That's one. Now you do number two. If you want to win number two. Get ready. Now. Get out. Win. 23! Red! 23! Son, get ready! 3-3! Son, wait! Touchdown, baby! Wow! Yeah! I'm not gonna waste my time on other shit that doesn't make any sense.
Well done, Beast. That made sense to me. I like it. I like the game plan. Hopefully Aaron Glenn's watching. Comments, questions, super chats, cut the line, giving away a Justin Fields jersey at the end of the show. If you missed our weekly raffle, congrats again to Brendan, JYB, Cynthia, and Ryan. on winning our top prizes. This week's top 3 prizes are Justin Fields signed jersey, Jermaine Johnson signed jersey, Sauce Gardner signed jersey. Get ready. Get ready. Ladies and gentlemen, more calls. We tried this man earlier. He wasn't there, but he appears to be inside his home where his connection should be excellent. Purple Belt Mike. Hello, Mike.
Yeah. Sorry, my car, dude, right when you got to me, the fucking StreamYard duck was on my screen, and I saw on my phone that it was black. I've never seen that before. It's the first time that's ever happened.
I forgive you, Mike. It's okay.
Could you hear me, or you just couldn't see me?
We couldn't hear you or see you.
That is so weird. Yeah, I don't know. But I wanted to show Beast. I got some super side. I want to know what he thinks about the meat here. How does it look? Is he still on?
I'll bring him back on. So we're gonna have a meat inspection, is what you're telling us?
Yeah, I want him to inspect the meat here. See
All right.
how it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, people are dying for this content. I know you are. Here we go.
Nobody gives a shit. Super
Has the
Sod?
meat. Super side.
Where's your
from the
mind at?
butcher.
Hey, I wish you could send it my way because I wouldn't mind trying Super Sub because that place that in New York that where you guys are at. Are you familiar with the name Giovanni's Deli?
There's a lot of Giovanni's delis, probably.
No. Look up the guy that goes, now time to make a sandwich. Now remember, folks, if the mozzarella doesn't bleed milk, you know what you do. Send it back.
Look, talking about gabagool for a second, right? Why is prosciutto $25 a pound? The fuck happened? $25 a pound here.
Time. You said what?
Yeah.
Prosciutto.
It's $25 a pound.
It's $25 a pound?
Mm-hmm.
Are you mentally insane? Wow.
I don't set the prices. I got a picture of it. I couldn't believe it.
Unreal. Unless if you're getting if you're gonna get lunch meat, don't go over the line. Like if you're gonna get prosciutto, because prosciutto is really good. It's super salty. But I'm gonna say it's for Sunday. Go for the knockout. First round. This is what you do to the Bills. Go for the knockout. First round. Give them a nice right to the left, and then go with the right. And then once
I didn't know
down,
football had first rounds. I thought
No. This is how we play it. This is how you do it. You remember the match when Clubber Lane took on Rocky Balboa in Madison Square Garden?
I'm pretty sure that was boxing, though.
Go for knockout. Just go for the knockout. Because if you don't go for the knockout, they're gonna kick our ass real fast.
Jake, who was the defensive coordinator for the Saints that said target the head to knock the?
Oh
shit! Greg Williams. He was the Jet DC.
That's right, Greg Williams. Yeah, Beast is a big fan of Greg Williams. Apparently, knocking people out.
I mean, the Jets had the lead and they went for the knockout and they couldn't win. I mean, they gotta play a complete game. They gotta win the turnover battle. That's the biggest thing. They gotta force Josh Allen into some turnovers. We know they've done that at times against them. They got to do it again.
They got to win. 2 of the next 3. Let's do it. Let's win 2 of the next 3. Be 2-2. We got to do it.
Did you enjoy the meat inspection Beast gave you?
It was fantastic. Somehow the meat inspection went to boxing. I showed him my meat, and we got to knock out Rocky Balboa. I don't know.
Thanks for showing us your meat, Mike. Appreciate it.
Welcome.
Bullshit.
Green Bean was in the chat. Hopefully you're still here, Bean. I'm just seeing this. Does Lazard catch that dart from Fields to Tyler Johnson on 3rd down? I'm not sure. No way. The reason why the Jets didn't have a drop on Sundays is because Lazard was inactive. Let's be real. He plays. That first pass is a drop. And then everyone makes the joke, oh, he's finally helping Aaron Rodgers. More calls, shall we? Michael is on the line. He's next. Hey, Michael.
Hey, Jake. How you doing?
What's up, Michael?
Yeah, it's been a while. I just want to make sure that that whole Beast Breaker, I can't wait for my shirt to come in. I'm going to start sporting it out.
Oh, you bought a Beast shirt?
I bought a Beast shirt. Yeah,
Nice.
I bought a Beast shirt. I'm going to represent on our happy hour on Saturday night when you get to Tampa.
I'll tell you what. Anyone who's coming to our event in Tampa wearing a Beast Breaker shirts, I'm buying the first couple rounds for you, Michael. That's awesome.
All right, I'm in there. I'm not a heavy drinker, but I'll definitely take a shot.
We'll do a shot. We'll do a gangrene tea shot or something. All right.
There you go. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the tailgate party as well on Sunday. So looking forward to it. But I just want to talk about the game on Sunday. So no more victories. Just like everyone mentioned yesterday. I think the defensive line, offensive line played phenomenal. I think what was it, Fanu or Faneshu, the guy from Penn State? Yeah, the guy from Penn State.
Yep.
You know, he played phenomenal. He had that one mishap, the one sack. That was it. And but other than that, the offensive line played phenomenal, and I think Justin Fields played great. Again, it's one game. I'm not going to take it for granted. I mean, if he plays great again against the Bills, that's two great defenses that he's going to play great against. I'm going to go and say, just like in my chat yesterday, I think the Jets go 2-2 for the first 4 games, whether they win against Buffalo and lose to Tampa, or they lose to Buffalo and win at Tampa, and then obviously win in Miami. So that's my 4-game set, 2-2, and then start the next quarter for the next 4 games. As long as you have a 500 or better record, I think the Jets can make the playoffs, and that's my theory going forward on the Jets record. I take it quarter by quarter. So if they go 2-2 or better, I'm happy.
Yeah, that's how you have to look at it. It's just easier said than done, you know?
Yeah.
This team hasn't won more than 7 games in a decade, so that's the path to it for sure. But you know, it's easier said than done, as we all know.
But they definitely look different though compared to last 3 regimens, right?
On one side of the ball, they did for sure.
Yes,
but the defense needs to be better. That's what hurts, because the defense should be good right away. They have 8 of their 11 starters back. Jermaine's healthy and played way better than any of us could have thought he would in his first game, and you still lost.
No, I totally agree. And I got one more last point. You can let me go. You're 100%. The defense should be playing better. It's week 1. Week 1 is always an anomaly, right? No one knows who's going to be, what plays are being played. I think once you know everyone's offense, the following week, the defense gets a lot better, 10 times fold. Obviously, the corners, the Sauce Garner played phenomenal. And then the other corner has to play better. I think he'll get another 1-week trial. If he plays terrible the first half, I think you see the rookie coming in, and I think Malachi should start at safety, and then Gibson should not be returning kicks anymore. Matter of fact, he should not even be on a team along with the guy from the guy. What was it? This guy's friend that was a healthy scratch on Sunday. He should be gone too. So.
Michael, good call. Call back more. And by the way, how many raffles have you won lately? I know you won the Corbett signed helmet, right? You won a Mawai jersey too, or?
And I won a Mawai jersey. Yeah, correct. I got it right here. Matter of fact, I'm waiting to take it out to Hobby Lobby so I can get it. Where's the sign at? I'm waiting to get to Hobby Lobby so I can get it.
Nice, man.
Framed.
That's awesome. Well, I appreciate your support, man. Michael was the first listener to ever recognize me in public. It was the first time that's happened in my career. It was a couple of years ago. What was it, 2021 or 2022?
Yeah, I think it was 2021. I think it was after a Knick game, and we were on the Long Island Railroad, and I was visiting from Florida, and it was just funny. I was like, dude, I know that guy from somewhere.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. Well, great call, man. I'm glad you keep winning these prizes, and hopefully the Jets win a game on Sunday.
Yeah, I love your show. I love your show, Jake, and keep going. And I also listen on ESPN Radio when you're on as well. So keep it going, and all the success, man. And we'll see you in Tampa.
You got it, Michael. Appreciate you. NYC to SRQ checking in. And yes, you mentioned radio this Sunday. Tannenbaum and I, 8 to noon. The only shows I'm not doing with Mike this season are week 3 because I'll be in Tampa. And then the Carolina game, because we have our group buy game for that one. Lou B checks in. 40 guys confirmed for Tampa. Just got out our tailgate tickets with Tampa Bay Jets fan club. Those are the guys, man. Partnered with them, Lou. So I will see you at that tailgate. The party on Saturday for all Jet fans. You don't need the RSVP or anything. Just show up. It's at Gaspar's Patio Bar and Grill. It's the home of the Tampa fan club where they watch the Jets games every week. So there's your tailgate info. For those who want a tailgate ticket, scan the QR code. Tickets are still available. And this is the happy hour, 5 to 8, Gaspar's Patio Bar and Grill. You can stay as long as you want. There's going to be drink specials, Super Bowl III is going to be playing on some of the TVs, which is awesome. And I'm in talks with Gas Bars about maybe doing a live show from there. We're going to see. But this is for everyone. Any Jet fan, take a screenshot on your phone right now if you're watching the show on the mobile or your screen. Send this to everyone that is going. Spread the word. Jake Asman Show, Tampa Bay Fan Club, Asmaniac Happy Hour in Tampa, Jets Bucks next week. Can the Jets be 1-1 going into that game? Please. Please. Phenom up next on the show. You know the season's back if Phenom's calling in again. What's up, Phenom?
Hey, Jake. Great show. Joe Benigno hit it on the head, man. Just keeping it real. They did great things on Sunday. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough, I'll be in Tampa, so I'm glad you told me about Gas Bars. Looking forward to seeing.
Let's go. We got to get an in-person Phenom? Yeah.
Look, we've met. Maybe some of the
I
new,
know we have.
yeah.
But I don't get to see you often, Phenom. This is a big deal that you're going to be in Tampa.
Well, it's a big deal. Your show's a big deal now. You've turned it into a comedy show, but there's some great content. But this morning was great with Joe Benigno. Just
well, the comedy happens because if we don't laugh, we'll cry. Like, how else can you talk about the Jets year round? We're not Ravens fans. We're not guaranteed a fun season every year. We got to come up with other ways to entertain.
Hello. I'm not mad at you, Jake. I'm not mad at you. This show has grown a lot, and we've had a great time over the years. But the football, Gibson, what a big turnover, man. That really hurt. That was like a gut punch, man. Like, as soon as it happened, it's like all went out of our sails. The defense, Joe said it well. We have to turn somebody over. We have to pressure Josh Allen this Sunday. We got to shut down their running game. We have to punch first. I'm not mad at what B said. You do have to punch first in this game, and you have to keep on landing on Buffalo because Buffalo doesn't die. They're not going to die after the first shot. So, just hoping to get Brees more involved in the offense. Can he catch a pass out of the backfield? Can he
I think
throw
Mason
the
Taylor
ball
needs to be more involved too. To your point,
Brees,
yes. Mason Taylor as well in the passing attack over the middle. I think there's opportunities for him to get more involved.
Sure. I mean, like I said, effort was there. It's a winnable game. Hate to lose to Aaron Rodgers. He talked trash after the game, as he should probably. But now, like you said, don't want to go to Tampa 0-2. What we got the Buffalo Bills. Can we show up and not have an emotional letdown? How high is this team going to be on Sunday? That's the $1 million question.
I'll tell you what, Phenom, the Jets are in no position to have any emotional letdown. They lost. The Bills, who played a team they might see in the AFC Championship game and had this dramatic comeback, the emotional letdown should be from them going on the road now against a Jets team that they've owned the last couple of years, right? Like that, the Jets need to be the ones coming out ready to go, and the Bills are the team that has to be susceptible to that emotional letdown.
I would agree with that thought because that's an emotional high that Buffalo's should be coming in off of. They're emotionally high. Can we match their energy? Maybe that's a better way to analyze it. Can we match their energy the whole game? Because that's what it's going to take, So, exciting football getting ready to come.
Phenom, you're the man. Call back more. We need more Phenom calls.
Sure, you're right. Take care, Jake. I'll see you in Tampa.
See you in a week, Phenom. Let's go.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
Phenom's an OG caller, man. Long time Asmaniacs, no Phenom. Another OG is on the line here. Luppy, the Lup man. What's up, Luppy?
Hey, Jake, how you doing?
What's up, Luppy?
Yeah, sorry, I couldn't call Sunday or Monday for those shows. I'm working, doing the right thing, But made it today on my day off. Always got to check in with the Jake, man.
Love it.
Yeah,
How
just
we feeling?
well, last couple of days, good thing I didn't call. Let's put it that way. But I'm not going to say the same old Jets are not. But we still do find a way to lose the same way. That's what pisses me off. And Aaron Glenn this week can change the narrative. How do we change the narrative, Jake? We win games, right? We win games. Aaron Glenn and his coaching staff knows what to do. We all know. Get rid of Gibson, fix the secondary, have a better game plan defensively. We all know what we have to do. I mean, he needs to do it. He also needs to have a signature win right here. This would stamp, we're not the same old Jets, beating the Buffalo Bills who just beat the Ravens, right, on Sunday Night Football. That would be a statement. That's something he needs to do. He wants to change the culture. It starts this Sunday. And that's why I feel he needs to have a signature win on this one. No stupid mistakes, no fumbles. How about we get a fumble for a change? How about we get a turnover for a change, right? That's where we need to be focused on the defensive side of the ball. I like the offense, the positive about Justin Fields. Let's hopefully he can continue that. It wasn't this long stretch of preparing for the Pittsburgh Steelers and what they do. We have a shorter week this week to prepare for the Buffalo Bills. They are in our division. This is a division win. Aaron Glenn knows how important division wins are. We need to spank the hell out of the Dolphins when we were there against them. We need to spank the hell out of the Bills when they're coming in the building this week. You know what I'm saying? Same with the Patriots. We just need to whoop down in the AFC East. That's what we need to do. But we need a signature win this week. We deserve it. Our fans deserve it, right, Jake? You deserve it. I deserve it. We deserve a good win this week. Sorry, I'm a little passionate, but it really just the way we lost. I hate seeing that.
I love it, Luppy. You're right. Everything you said, I have no response. I can't disagree. They got to win games, man. That's it. Like, as much as we're excited about a lot of what they did, great. They lost. Now win the game. You got to make up. You lost a game that I believe they were the better team. They should have won. So how do you make up for it? You win a game that no one thinks you're going to win. You're 7-1. Win that game. Let's go.
Signature win too. That's what he needs, and then this will start to roll. We need to get that win. We do. We need to get this football team rolling because they can. You see it. You see they can do it. We got to stop the stupid penalties. Stop the stupid fumbles. And we all knew when Gibson had flashes of your show, Jake. When Gibson fumbled that ball, of everybody saying, "What the hell is this guy still doing on the team?" Right? So
I went nuts. I went nuts. I broke something. I mean, I was so angry.
Yeah, my heart broke. No. Jake. I
Luppy,
just wanted to check in with you.
Hang in there, Luppy. All right? Hang in there.
Hello? You play to win the game.
We're playing to win Sunday against Buffalo. End of the show coming up. We're playing to win a Fields jersey in the color of your choosing. Gift the membership to enter. Good time to have a Justin Fields jersey, huh? Hopefully he builds on what we saw because that gives you a chance every week. If your quarterback plays well, it's a quarterback league. More calls. Big Islanders fan is on the line. Hello, Big Islanders fan.
Yeah, it's been a long time, Jake. How are you today?
When was the last time you called, Big Islanders fan?
It's got to be like 8 months ago.
It's a long time. You're not even wearing an Islanders jersey, though.
Nordique. The Quebec Nordique.
I mean, it's a great jersey, but, you know, you got to wear the Islander jersey. Come on.
Listen, this jersey is about 40 years old when I played for the team.
I was at a game years ago. This had to have been maybe over 10 years already. The Islanders were playing, I think it was the Thrashers, and a bunch of fans from Quebec came down to try and like raise awareness for them to get a team, and they took over the arena and they were rooting for the Islanders. It was a very odd situation. I think it was the Islanders versus the Atlanta Thrashers. It was a great game. I think the Islanders lost like 4-3. They scored late to make it close, but I just remember all the Nordique jerseys in the crowd, but they were rooting for the Islanders. It was very weird.
They were probably trying to get the Islanders to move.
Yeah, I think that was that's why they chose that game, because the Thrashers were going to move and the Islanders were going to move. They couldn't get a new arena.
Right. But 57 years of this team, I went into the season with the feeling that I'm not going to get emotionally involved. I was almost ready to root for Pittsburgh. I couldn't do it. As soon as I saw Rodgers step on the field, I said, I'm a Jet fan. I can't do this, And I got excited into the game, and taking a lead like that and losing it was a killer. But Justin Fields, he was terrific. I got to tell you, he was terrific. I love that one pass where he was rolling to his, I believe he was rolling to his left, and he drew it back to his right. Do you remember?
Absolutely. On
who was
third
that?
down,
That wasn't a Taylor, was it?
Well, he had the one play to Tyler Johnson where he was on the run. He stepped up in the pocket, didn't go around. He stepped through and then threw a dart in between the zone. And Tyler Johnson came down. He had a really nice throw to Rucker too.
Right. And I think he's going to be okay because this team has a solid running game. a solid offensive line, and the coaching is geared around them. So I think he's going to have a great year. I mean, he's improved every year, and maybe he's just going to come. I hope for our sake, because I can't keep on watching musical quarterbacks every year here in New York. You know, we don't want that. We don't want another rookie coming in next year and have to go through all that pain again. You know.
Look,
So
the easiest way for the Jets to have sustained success and not have the total crapshoot that could be drafting a young quarterback and going through those growing pains is Fields is your guy, 100%.
right. Who was the last quarterback you were really excited? Forget Rodgers. Before Rodgers, who was the last quarterback? You were
Young
excited?
quarterback?
Probably Pennington, right?
I mean, I like excited or like who was actually good is different. I was excited about Zach Wilson going into his second year. Like I thought he was going to take a huge step forward. I really did. It didn't work. Obviously, he stunk, but I was excited about him. I was very encouraged about Sam Darnold going into year 2 after he finished his rookie year. His last 4 weeks, he was the number 1 rated passer in football, and he showed a lot. So I've been excited about young Jet quarterbacks before, but the last time we actually had like a legit franchise quarterback that the Jets themselves drafted was Pennington, clearly.
Yeah, I know. But you know what the sad part is? If Brett Favre didn't get hurt that year, that team was going to the Super Bowl.
They were a great team. I mean,
They
and
were a
Brady was
great
out
team.
for the year. They were 8-3. They beat the Titans, who were 10-0 on the road, and then Favre got hurt, and the rest was history. They fell apart.
Rest was history. That was it. All right, Jake, I won't take up too much of your time. I'll try to call more often. I got a better setup now. At least it's a little clearer, I think.
I have a question for you. So there's 2 guys who tweet me. I don't know if you're either one of them. So there's this account, Isles Mets Jet fan, big Jim fan's the ad. And then there's another guy who always tweets me. He's a big listener to my shows on ESPN New York, Jim fan 523. You're not either of these people, though, are you?
No, but I think I know who the Jet Met Islander fan is. I think I know the person personally.
Well, it's 2 accounts, so I don't know. I always, but I wasn't sure if that was you, so I wanted to acknowledge your support if that was you. But I guess
I don't usually do call-ins on the radio. Yeah, too hard.
Yeah, they don't even call in. They just always ask when I'm on ESPN New York next, and they watch the YouTube show too.
Yeah, I know. I pop it on the Alexa device when you're on, so I could listen to it.
Thanks for your support anyway. Even if you're not those Twitter accounts there.
Thank you, Jake. Have a great day, huh?
You got it. Big Island fan checking in. Love it. All right, couple super chats here, and then we'll get right back to the calls. Bo in the house, our guy Bo C, who gifted a 10 spot of memberships earlier. And by the way, Bo, I meant to play this earlier when you gifted 10 memberships. Bo knows.
Bo knows football. Bo knows baseball. Bo knows tennis. Bo knows basketball, too.
Bo knows channel membership.
Bo C, always supporting the show year-round. Buffalo could be our statement game. Time for the league to view us differently. One game done right should change the face of this franchise. It's a huge opportunity, man. Rex Ryan had a huge statement in his first game against the best team in the division at that time in 2009. Remember that win against the Patriots? Not going to kiss Belichick's rings. Then they go out there and they shut down the Pats. 16-9 they win. The crowd was amazing that day. Rex sending the voicemail to the season ticket holders. That's the type of performance the Jets need. NYC to SRQ. This is our guy Michael who called in earlier into the show. He super chats and gets himself in the raffle for 5 with his $20 super chat. Let's go. Tampa's going to be lit. Gas bar and tailgate party. Can't wait to meet the group at the Sarasota Jets fan club this Sunday at Gecko's. Let's go Jets. If you're not going to the game, you should be at gas bars on Saturday night. 100%. This is a free event. Our party we're doing. Teamed up with the Tampa Jets crew to put this together. There's going to be a raffle that night too with some prizes for everyone. So this could be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Looking forward to seeing you, Michael. More calls right now. Ladies and gentlemen, stop what you're doing and sing.
Get ready for Neil. He will make 13 points about the New York Jets and maybe hump a Patriots jersey. Get ready for Neil. He's proudly smoking a big fat cigar and burning his house to the ground. That's me.
What's up, Jake?
Neil, how are you? Are you upset that Joe B didn't remember you immediately?
I only bought food and drinks for him, his son, and his buddy and his buddy's son, and he didn't remember me.
You met Joe though. He would remember you if he saw what you look like in person.
Yes, you know,
He knows who you are.
I'd love to play golf with him. This Manhattan Woods, my client belongs there. There's only 200 members. So he said that the week before I played with him, he had 4 guys in front of him, and he hit into them, and it ended up being Michael Jordan and 3 other guys. So the guy goes, Michael Jordan says to him, Bruce, what are you doing? He goes, what are you doing? You guys are taking so long. He goes, yeah, I know. We're playing $50,000 a bag. $200,000 they're playing golf for.
Well,
and
we
this
know-
guy, Bruce, went right through them like they weren't even there. He didn't give a shit. You know, this guy's really, you know, beautiful golf course. Joe would love it. I mean, it's right in West Nyack, which is probably like 15 minutes from his house. But anyhow, great to see the Lump Man pumped up. The Brigga Man, one punch. The Island, the oldies and goodies are out there, Jake.
We're back,
getting
Neil.
excited, right?
We're gonna lose them if they don't win games, though. I know how this goes. Yeah, people are
can't
all
lose
excited. We get to November, and then I'm begging for people to call into the show.
Oh, that never happens. We're never gonna we never lose. It's like trying to lose a child. You can't lose your child. It's part of your life. But we're excited again. Lowski's gonna be pumped up. I know Peter's dealing with some knee issues, so he's probably been dealing with some stuff. So
For at least one game, maybe he's right about Fields.
I'll tell you, he's looking really. I spoke to him after the game. He was excited. I don't think he had too many nice words to say about Gibson.
Yeah, he messaged me some choice words about him.
Holy shit! You know when the bad players, he like takes notes on the bad players. You know who I spoke to? I spoke to Southern Jet today. Southern Jet has some things he's going for. But I spoke to Southern Jet. He gave a synopsis. He's very excited about where things are going.
And Neil, tell people who are new to the show, because I've been doing this a while now. These are all people that you become friends with just through this community, correct?
Absolutely. We made and the guy you had on a few Phenom.
Yep.
We met. He was in Vegas with us, right, Jake?
I think he was in
remember
Vegas.
meeting
Yep.
him in Vegas. Phenom was he's a lot of fun. And there was a lot of great look. You have to come to the events. You have to meet up. The Tampa thing.
You got to come to Tampa, Neil. Come on. I booked a flight the other day, under $300 round trip. It's very easy to do Tampa. There's a million airlines that could get you there.
Look, I could stay at the Hard Rock. I could get comped at the Hard Rock if I take Michelle with me. The Tampa Hard Rock over there. I mean, it's a great place. Excellent place to watch games. I had one of the best comeback victories in Tampa. I told you about that with Crevet's throw. We were 6-0 or 5-1 with Grow. It's a great place to watch a game. Great fans. They're bastards. They hate us. And it's a good place. And the hotels there, very likely you'll stay at a hotel where the Jet players are. Do you know where the Jet players are staying, Jake?
I
think
don't,
they stay
but
at the Marriott there. There's a Marriott.
That doesn't really matter to me. I got a good deal at one of the Hiltons down there for listeners.
Yeah, whatever. Look, it's a great place to watch a game. We're finally into the season now, and boy, would this be a signature win for us. We need this win Sunday bad. I mean, bad. This is it, man. This is it. Everything is on the table here. Buffalo off a big win. You know they're going to come in cocky. Nobody expects us to win. This is the kind of game that we show up at. Right, Jake? This is the kind of game the Jets show up. And I think we're ready for a show up on Sunday. So let's go, baby.
You got to
That's
win,
it.
Neil. That's it. Great
Gotta
call.
win.
And look, if they get it done, we need you in Tampa. We need you in Tampa next week. Need it. Hit the like button. Home stretch. We got a raffle for a Fields jersey coming up, and the latest entry is a guy who just called, Big Islander fan, gifted a membership. Thank you, Big Islander fan. There was a question. Where was this? Russell wants to know when Fialco's coming back. So Andrew is now a coach at Don Bosco. Congrats to them. They won their first game last week. So he is not going to be a weekly this year. He's got a real job. So we're very happy for Andrew and wish him well. He'll still join us. He'll pop in with us, but he's not going to be a weekly. However, we are still going to do film breakdowns on the show. I'm going to bring on different guests for that. Dylan Terraman is certainly qualified to break down some film during his Thursday spots on the show. And I got a film guy coming on today that everyone loves. Joe Blewett from JetX. Excellent at what he does. He's going to join us today, 4 p.m. Eastern. Full film review from this game. So I know a lot of people have been requesting film guys. We got one of the best to start us off on the second show today. So tune in for that. B Heights is up next, followed by Pork and David T before we do our raffle. What's up, B Heights?
My man, Jake, what's going on?
B Heights, how we doing?
Listen, I'm just pulling up to pretty much re-emphasize a lot of what
B Heights, call back. Your line was choppy. Pork of the morning. He's next. Hey, Pork.
Hey, Jake. What's up, man? How you doing? I'm just on here to rave about Membu, man. I was watching some of his stuff, like some of his plays and whatnot, and he's going to be an amazing player here. I'm very excited about this offensive line.
Membu, by the way, you want some like stats I found on him? Where's this? This I saw this making the rounds in the film. Watching it back definitely backs it up. He graded out as the only rookie offensive lineman to allow 0 pressures that played at least 10 snaps. Like, he was excellent.
He was playing against a really good player. So for most of the time, I mean, wasn't he lined up against Watt most of the time?
And TJ Watt did not wreck this game. Membu was awesome.
And I've seen Watt was actually rated very high from PFF this week. So he was going against their best player. So, he
held his own. Yeah,
he kicked ass. I mean, we could just say it. I mean, hopefully this continues. I mean, but to me, he seems like he's going to be an amazing player in this league. And one thing I didn't mention, yesterday was the tenacity this team has now. It seems like that they have a different type of attitude, and I hope it continues. I came in second place at darts last night. So I won $20. So I'm very happy today, and I'm happy about this season on where I think it's going.
How are you a Phillies fan, by the way? I see you're wearing a Phillies shirt. You're a Jets-Phillies fan. There's probably so many Met-Jet fans that are just very confused.
Oh, well, in Pennsylvania. I'm from a place, Schuylkill County, so it's very central between, Philadelphia and New York City. And plus, I don't know if I mentioned this. I'm a Jets. When I was a little kid, I knew who Flash Gordon was before I knew who the Jets were.
Yep.
So I knew he was the quarterback of the Jets. So that was my football team as soon as I seen him play, because I thought he was an actual player. But, well, whatever. My sister lives in Philadelphia. My brothers live in Philadelphia. So, I'm half Phillies, half New York. So I'm Jets, Rangers, Phillies, Sixers, and Grizzlies now since I'm here in Memphis.
Jets, Rangers, Phillies, Sixers. Look, you got the Jets. That's all that matters to me.
Well, they're my top #1 team of all time. So they are, they take the cake over all of it. So, this weekend I'll be in Pennsylvania for my brother's wedding, but I'll still be catching the game. Tonight I'm making some Rasta pasta. I don't know if you guys ever had Rasta pasta. But
Rasta pasta?
Yeah, I make my own cannabis butter. So I make my own edibles from scratch. So it's my first shot at making Rasta pasta. I'm sure it'll be amazing. Maybe I'll share some pics. Maybe I won't. Maybe it'll just go straight down. But I love the show. I love everybody that calls in. It's an amazing show, and hopefully we have an amazing season. We deserve it.
Pork, you're the man. Enjoy the Rasta pasta, and let us know how that goes, all right?
I will. Have a great day, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, Pork of the morning.
We are mama way.
I forgot I wanted to compliment Joe singing when he was on with us for the first hour of the show. We'll do that next week. But Benigno was on for the first hour, so go back and rewind if you tuned in late. The Lup Man delivered 5 gifted memberships. A legend. Luppy, our guy.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
He's in our Justin Fields jersey raffle coming up shortly for 5. Your last chance to get in. After this call from David T., we're spinning the wheel, so go quickly.
I got my Iron UG. I hope you like my Jets take. You know they call me David T. It's not easy for me to see, but if you bring me full stream, you might like what I had to say. I'll need to get real damn close, cause my vision is dog shit.
Hi, Jake.
David T.
Hey, no moral victories for me. But I do feel that the Jets did put the team on to beat the Steelers, and that's why it was so disappointing that they didn't win. I agree with you. I think, going in, the Jets had the better team, and they did put the team on that to beat them. So where I'm at this point is, approaching Buffalo. I think they're capable of putting a team on that's capable of beating the Bills. I'll go that far. So there is definitely hope.
There's definitely hope. They got to go out there and they got to, build on it, take the positives, replicate it, fix the defensive woes. It's just a tough matchup this week. I wish they were playing a team that is more in their weight class. They can win, but it's not going to be easy.
Yeah, I agree with you too, Jake. And boy, isn't this a big tester of the whole coaching staff from Sunday's game, to try to make adjustments and in a short week, and really interesting.
This is one of those weeks where you learn a lot about your team because you lost last week. You played well, but not well enough. There are some clear things that cost you. There's some things you could do immediately to try and hold guys accountable and say it's going to be different this time. Let's see if they do it.
Yeah. So the season has begun, and the Jets are on their way. Unfortunately, we lost, but they're like everybody's saying, there's so many positives to be taken out of it, and we got to keep moving forward.
You are 100% right, David T. I will be seeing you in person for the first time in a little more than a week. I can't wait.
Oh, I can't wait either. It's gonna be so much fun, and I'm looking forward to meeting everybody and just the whole shebang. I'm looking forward to it.
Ladies and gentlemen, David T.
I got my eye on you. Checkmate me full screen. It's fireball whiskey time. David motherfucking T.
Yeah. David T, the man. JYB, $10 super chat in the raffle next week for 2. Now, JYB, I don't know if you were watching earlier, so I was going to reach out to you. You won a weekly prize earlier during this show. You won a signed helmet by Jets Super Bowl winning coach Weeb Eubank. So shoot me an email, asmanjake@gmail.com, with your address, and I will get that sent out to you later this week as soon as it arrives. It's been delayed for about a week and a half already, but it should be here this week, and I will get that mailed to you. Congratulations, my man. As far as your super chat, you wrote in, love the game we played. The stadium was electric. Hate the loss, but let's go against the Bills. When are you having a film breakdown? It's your lucky day, JYB. 4 p.m. today, Eastern time. Film breakdown with Joe Blewett. We'll see what went wrong with the secondary, what went right with the offense, how did they do it, who played well specifically on the O-line, what can Fields do to replicate this? All of that we will cover on the second show today. So Must watch YouTube. And JYB, yep, you can message me on the Discord 100%. On that note, we got to spin the Wheel of Champions again. We've already given out 4 prizes today. How about a 5th prize? A Justin Fields jersey is our daily prize. Ladies and gentlemen, who's going to win? I don't know who's going to win. We're going to find out right now.
It's time to announce the winners of the weekly Asmaniac raffle. Let's spin the Jake Asman Show Wheel of Champions and find out which Asmaniac is winning an epic prize.
Oh, baby. Here we go, folks. Here we go. Good luck to everyone who entered. There could be only one winner. Only one can win. If you believe in achievement, this is the show for you. If you believe in greatness, this is the show for you. If you believe that the Jets will one day not stink, this is the show for you. Good luck to everyone. If you win, email me the size of the Fields jersey that you want and the color, green, white, or black. Plus, I need your name and address. If you don't email me, I don't know where to send it unless you can't win your prize. Here we go. The winner is Bo T. Congratulations to Bo. Let's go. Give him a Jet chant. Longtime supporter. Bo knows. Bo, I got your info, so I'll reach out to you. We'll get your size and we'll get your color for the jersey. Let's go. On that note, thank you all for watching. Thank you to Benigno for joining us. He will be with us every Monday starting this week. It was only Tuesday today because he had a golf outing he was playing in yesterday. So Joe will be with us first thing Monday mornings moving forward. So we're excited to have year 2 of Joe B on the show. Hopefully record-wise and season-wise, this year's a lot better than last year's nightmare. Can only go up from here. Love all of you. The Asmaniac Power Rankings are going to be released during our second show today. That's right. We got Blue It on and then the Power Rankings. They're already up for members only, but I have all the stats on how people did predicting Kyle Clifton's inside or outside, who led the month in calls, but the new top 10 for the month of August. I know it's a little later than we wanted it to be, but we had the weekend and then we had the games. So it's a little later than normal, but the Power Rankings for August released on the second show. If you want to watch them early, members only video, it's already up on YouTube. On that note, thank you for watching. We'll talk to you this afternoon. JETS, 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 Jets. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, help this channel get to the moon, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, Robbie Sabo does a tremendous job, but many are saying, what would happen if a second Robbie Sabo called in to talk Jets and provide a breakdown? Robbie Sabo 2 joins us. Hello, Robbie.
Hey, Jake. I'm just lost on this team right now. The chat can kill me, make fun of my pale skin, my freakishly healthy hair, my subway sign that I stole from the 42nd Street stop just to confuse some old lady who pissed me off. All of those things said, I'm still confused about this Beast guy. So he lives in his attic, like alone or with his mom? He has all these awards and trophies, Jake. There's an opening at X Factor. I need a big guy like Beast to protect Fialco from all the ladies trying to help him through puberty. Poor kid is traded in his lunchbox and sippy cup for a Happy Meal. Go Jets and follow X Factor. Don't ask me for the web address. I don't know it. See you, Jake.
Thanks, Robbie, too. Robbie 1, your thoughts.
Who was that? How did that get done? Gator, you son of a bitch. Kudos. It's tremendous.
You can't win!
Bullshit!
Hey, here's the deal. Just got no chance unless you click on that like button. And you got to make sure you subscribe to the Jake Asman Show. You don't, you can get the f*** out. Now let's go, Asmaniacs. We're built for this shit.